had a great week. Did you start school this week? Did you have to do your school online? You didn't get to see your friends? Hopefully soon you'll get to see your friends and go to school and classroom. Today, we're going to learn about a man named David and a king named Saul. David used the harp to praise the Lord. What are some musical instruments that we use in our church to praise the Lord? We use the piano, the drums, and the guitar. One day, King Saul woke up, and he was having a bad day. When he got up out of his kingly bed, he was grumpy. Have you ever woke up grumpy? When he put on his kingly clothes, they looked wrinkled and funny. His crown didn't even sit straight on his kingly head. When he sat down at his kingly table, he just couldn't eat. Something was definitely wrong with the king. Maybe he was sick. Oh dear, 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 we can't have a sick king. A king's job is very important. We need a healthy, strong king to lead our people. Call the king's doctor. We must get him on the line. We cannot waste a minute until the king is feeling fine. The doctor looks fine to me, the doctor said. Think this whole thing is in his head. No fever, no cough, and no red bumps. But he seems kind of sad, kind of down in the dumps. Do you know why King Saul is sad? He was sad because he had disobeyed God. Does it make you sad when you disobey your mommy and daddy? When you don't do what they ask? When Saul first became king, he did everything that God told him to do, because he wanted to be a good king. God talked to Saul and touched his heart in a special way. But one day, King Saul disobeyed God. He decided to do things his own way instead of God's way. But his heart didn't feel the same without God's special touch, and that made him sad. All the king's friends and servants were worried. They said, "Have you heard about the king? The king has a sick heart. How can we get God's special touch back for the king? We'll have to find someone who knows someone who has God's special touch." "What about David?" a servant said. "Oh yes, David. He'll be perfect for the king. David talks to God every day while he takes care of his sheep. I've heard him singing his prayers and playing the harp. David's music is wonderful. We will find him for the king." King Saul's friends decided. "David, you must leave your sheep today. Bring your harp and the songs you play. The king has lost God's special touch, and he needs you very much. Ever since God's touch is gone, everything's been going wrong." So David went before the king. He played his harp and began to sing. King Saul felt God's special touch again. David was his special friend. David's songs and prayers are written in our Bible in Psalms. That's in the Old Testament. Music is one way that we can share God's special touch with our friends. When we sing a song or play an instrument for God, our friends can feel God's special touch in their heart. Can you sing a song for God this week? What can you sing? Let me know what you're going to sing this week. Come see me at church today. We have to sit with our family still, and we can't be running around. We have to wash our hands really good. Come and see me. Goodbye.